Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. This is Jennifer. Well, guys, my sewing room is an absolute disaster right now. It's sort of set up as Santa's workshop. I've got Christmas paper on the floor. I've got bows on the table. I've got ribbons over here, tape over here, stuff kind of everywhere. I shared my room over the weekend with my family so that they would have a safe place to close the door and wrap gifts. And so that's why there's kind of stuff everywhere. But I will clean all that up after I'm done recording because I do have some stuff I need to do in here this week. I did do a little bit of craft stuff last week. Some of it I can't show you because it's for gifts. I will tell you that I tried screen printing for the first time last week. I used pigtails and pig skins tutorial, which is shows you how to do it with Cricut vinyl. So I made 2 shirts and I will show you guys those after the holidays. I may have to write myself a note, but I will show you guys those later. It was super easy, very fun. Took me longer to clean up than it did to actually screen print. So really enjoyed doing that. I'll definitely be doing that again sometime in the future. I'll put a link to her website in the description in case that's something you might be interested in. The only thing I did last week that I can show you was to dye a pair of jeans. So last year, before my husband and I went to Greece for our 30th anniversary, I bought some light colored clothing because we were going to be outside a lot in the heat. And that includes this pair of light colored slacks that were sort of they were really denim, but they were almost like a really heavy muslin. And I only wore them a couple of times. I wore them to the final dinner that we went to when we were there. And then I wore them again. I think I might have worn them to the Christmas party I went to with my husband last year. But I literally wore them twice. They sat in my closet all year. And I decided what I actually need is more jeans. So I looked at my Michael's coupons and I found a 30% off coupon. I ran over to the store because there's one relatively close to me. And I picked this up, which is, this is Rit Back to Blue Denim Dye Kit. I took a picture of what is inside this kit for you guys. It's literally bold blue dye after dye wash and a pair of gloves and some instructions. So if I do this again, I might not buy a kit, but it was nice to have that for the first go round. What took me the longest probably is I needed 3 gallons of water that was over 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was boiling water in every vessel that I had. I had pots everywhere boiling water. So I had to do that twice because you have to do it for when you dye the jeans or whatever you're dyeing, and you have to do it for when you're doing the dye setting rinse that you do afterwards. These pants went from looking like this, here's a front and here's a back, to looking like this. So I'm really happy with the way these came out. They are not my favorite jeans to wear, but it's just nice to have another pair in rotation. I tend to wear them with like a long sweater or something like that, and they have really wide legs, which is something that I personally really like. But you can see just it sort of turned the really light colored thread like almost like a blue gray, and then I mean, it's hard to argue that this is an indigo. When I washed them, as per the instructions, I washed them with some old towels, and then I wore them for a whole day. Were fine, just look like jeans. And then when I washed them again, I threw a color catcher in, and there was barely anything on the color catcher. So that after wash, that dye after wash worked great. So this was a lot of work to do, but if you have maybe something that you just want to change the color on, it was not hard. It was just a lot of heat and a lot of just stirring and stirring and stirring because the dye process takes like 30 to 60 minutes. And this was 30 because I just wanted them to look like jeans. I didn't need them to be like brand new crisp Levi's or anything like that. When I was decorating with my family over the weekend, I did pull out some of my Christmas stuff, and I thought I would hang tree trimming in my space. This is one of the first patterns that I ever published, and I taught it as a class with Honeybee Quilt Store back in the day, and the day being like 2010 maybe, long time ago. This was the class I taught the most. I taught this class so many times. I taught it for the Austin Quilt Guild. I taught it at the store. And anyway, so this is one of my old patterns. It's no longer in print, but if you are watching this video and you would like a copy, email me, sewhookedjen, and I will send you a free copy because I would love for you to get to make this. The flying geese are paper pieced, the tree is paper pieced, and then the rest is strip pieced, and you can decorate it as you like. Date I have on this is August 2010, so there you go. Helps to look at the label, right? Let's say this offer is good until December 31st, 2025. After that, I will not be sharing free copies anymore. Maybe someday. So guys, that is going to be absolutely it for me. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a crafty week. I'm going to clean this mess up and hopefully have some fun things to show you guys next week. Take care. Hug the people you love, and I'll see you then. Bye.